We recently completed a sunset review of the Qui Tam provisions in the Medicaid Fraud False Claims Act. The legislative auditor concluded that the legislature should reauthorize the provisions because the process works as intended and maximizes financial recoveries for the state. Hello, my name is Melanie Stidham.
And I'm Aline Maisonnat. We're staff to JLARC.
For some background, Medicaid is a joint federal-state program that pays providers to deliver health care to eligible populations. Medicaid fraud occurs when healthcare providers knowingly submit false claims for payment. This can increase the costs of the program for the state and federal government. Some fraud can result in patient harm. Qui Tam is a legal term that describes a process for private parties, called relators, to file a civil court claim alleging fraud on behalf of the state. The process works like this. The relator hires an attorney and explains why they believe that fraud has occurred. The attorney files a complaint in state or federal civil court. They also send the complaint to the Office of the Attorney General, or AGO, along with any supporting evidence. The AGO investigates the complaint and responds in one of three ways. First, they may decline the case. Most cases are dismissed when the AGO declines, though the relator can continue to pursue the case on their own. The AGO may also present evidence to the provider and offer to settle. And finally, if the provider doesn't want to settle, the AGO will proceed with litigation. If there is a financial recovery from a settlement or a court order, it is split between the state, federal government, and relator. We found that the AGO is implementing the Qui Tam provisions as the legislature intended.
Relators filed 19 Qui Tam cases in Washington between October 2016 and August 2022. Of these, 12 were resolved and 7 were still under seal as of August 2022. Of the 12 resolved cases, the AGO declined 8, settled 3, and litigated 1. A court ruled that one of the declined cases was clearly frivolous. Courts will sometimes make this ruling when cases lack evidence to support the fraud allegations. Washington's Qui Tam provisions maximize recoveries for the state in several ways. First, they allow the AGO to pursue recoveries in state cases filed in federal court. Second, they allow the AGO to participate in multi-state cases. And lastly, they make the state eligible for an additional 10% in civil Medicaid fraud recoveries. During the study period, this resulted in an additional $9 million. During our study period, the AGO recovered 18 times more than it spent on all civil Medicaid fraud cases. The legislative auditor recommends that the legislature should reauthorize the Qui Tam provisions and make them permanent, because the process meets legislative intent and maximizes recoveries to the state. More information can be found in our report, which is available on our website.